Let's move on here in our last 2 minutes. I've got this final wrap-up question that I would love to hear from you, Kelly and Robin. What's the #1 thing leaders should keep in mind as they reimagine work? So we discussed a lot. This is a really big topic. What's the one thing you'd like to leave people with today? Robin, let's start with you.
I think while things are changing, they're not changing. So if you look to the Institute of the Future, they talk about skills kind of from a VUCA perspective, or VUCA, depending on how you say that, but this idea of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. If you thought that was the future, it came at you very quickly during the pandemic. So as we reimagine, we really need to think about that sort of, those ideas and what that looks like, and do we have the right people in our organization who can help us manage during those times, whether that's lead or work as individual contributors. How does that really apply? And then if we've got sort of, again, this sort of broad mindset, then we can kind of go in and say, okay, how do we now start to apply all the things we've talked about from this broad talent perspective? Because I think, as Kelly was talking, the thing that struck me is, imagine all the people who sit in jobs because their managers don't want them to go and times have slowed down, and that they're really not growing and they're not really helping the organization as they manage through those times. So how do we let that and unharness that? And again, I think it becomes sort of this mind shift, but really thinking about this VUCA as we kind of move forward.
Yeah, thank you, Robin. Kelly, what would you say?
I'd say that as we all return to work, we need to manage flexibility. We need to be extremely adaptive to change. So the VUCA example is a really, really good one. And I think that we need to keep in mind that the companies that are founded on teams that are resilient and can build a muscle around resilience will be able to face the next COVID, the next crisis very differently. So, and I would engage your teams in what they learned about themselves, both personally and professionally, as a result of going through this experience. I think that taking the time to be reflective and somehow weaving that into the new future is really important, because this was, again, back to what we said earlier, everybody got thrown into the deep end. As a leader, being empathetic to that is really important. But what can we do? What did they learn? What can they bring to their new future for the company, future for themselves as a result?
I love that. Thank you so much. Kellyanne, Robin, Kelly, thank you for being on the call with us today. Everyone in the audience, thank you for sticking with us through the hour. I chatted in that SHRM code, so grab it before you go, and I hope to see everyone back for our next webinar. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.